Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to English Grammar Narration Part 3. Today I shall teach you on how to change interrogative sentence from direct to indirect. We have already discussed all the 7 rules of changing narration. In the previous class, we discussed the 7 rules of changing narration or speech from direct to indirect. The 7 rules are changing reporting verb, using conjunction, then making statement or assertive, changing persons, changing tense, changing some words, and notion, function, or expression changing. All these 7 rules are needed to change interrogative sentence from direct to indirect. For interrogative sentence, we should use reporting verb ask or inquire, and conjunction if or WS word, and the sentence must be converged in assertive sentence or statement. Look at the board. Interrogative sentence. For interrogative sentence, reporting verb, reporting verb. Reporting verb will be say, no, ask. Asks. Ask, asked, asked, will ask. If the reporting verb in present form, then we shall use ask or ask. The present, past, and future. If the reporting verb is in past form, then we shall use asked. And if the reporting verb is in future tense, then we shall use will ask or shall ask. Then conjunction. Conjunction will be if or WS word. After omitting commas, we shall use a conjunction, if or WS word. We know that there are there are mainly three kinds of questions: WS question, yes no question, and tag question. WS question begins with a WS word, and yes no question begins with an auxiliary verb, and tag question is used after a sentence. Then there are three kinds of question. WS question. WS question begins with WS word, then auxiliary, there may not be auxiliary, plus subject, plus verb and other words, at last note of interrogation. Yes no question. Yes no question. Yes no question means at first auxiliary, then subject and verb and other words. And tag question. Tag question means a sentence at first, then comma and auxiliary plus subject. Short question, it is tag question. WS question always begins with WS word. There are 9 WS words: who, whom, whose, which, what, where, when, why and how. Listen again. There are 9 WS words such as who, whose, whom, which, what, where, when, why and how. These 9 are WS words. For WS question, we shall use WS word as conjunction, and for yes no question or tag question, we shall use if. We also may use whether. We shall use if for yes no question and tag question, and we shall use WS word for WS question as conjunction. Then, after reporting verb and conjunction, using conjunction, we shall change the sentence into assertive or statement. We know that question and statement. The main difference of a question and a statement is, in the question, auxiliary verb is used before subject, and in statement, at first subject, then auxiliary verb or main verb. Auxiliary plus subject, subject plus auxiliary. This is the main difference between a question and statement. In the statement, subject is first, then auxiliary verb. And in question, auxiliary verb is used before subject. For example, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing is a question. Auxiliary verb is used before subject. You is subject or auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb sit before subject. And when we make it statement, we shall write what? You are at first subject, then auxiliary verb, then other words. At last, full stop. Then we can easily change the question into a statement. We shall use the auxiliary verb after subject to make it statement. And if there is do, does or did, question with do or does or did. Question with do, does or did. If do, does or did are auxiliary verb before subject, after subject there must be a verb. And to make it statement, we shall use only subject and verb. Do, does and did will be vanished from the statement. If do, does and did are auxiliary verb in the question, to make it statement, we shall omit do, does and did from the sentence. Now we shall give some examples of direct speech and indirect speech of interrogative sentence. Changing person and changing tense and changing other words are similar as we learned before. First person will be changed according to the speaker and second person will be changed according to the person spoken to. And when we change tense or verb, present tense will be past tense and past tense will be past perfect tense. If the reporting verb is in past form. On the other hand, if the reporting verb is in present or future tense, then the tense of the reported speech will not be changed. Look at the example. Direct and indirect. How are you today, sir? How are you today, sir? Is a direct speech. The girl said to the teacher. Here, The girl is speaker and the teacher is the person spoken to. When we make it indirect, at first we shall use the speaker at first. The speaker, the girl. The reporting verb said. Said is in past form. So we shall use past form of reporting verb ask. We shall use asked. As said is in past form, we shall use asked, past form of ask. The girl asked the teacher. Asked the teacher. The girl asked the teacher. Then, according to rule 1, we change the reporting verb said into asked. Then conjunction, rule 2. According to rule 2, if or WS word will be used as conjunction for interrogative sentence. As this is an interrogative sentence, we shall use if or WS word. There is a WS, it is a WS question because a WS word begins. A WS word is in the beginning of the sentence. We shall use how as conjunction. For WS question, the WS word will be used as conjunction in indirect speech. How? Conjunction. This is rule 2. Then, according to rule 3, the sentence will be changed into assertive or statement. How can we make a sentence assertive? Only subject exchanging subject and auxiliary verb. At first you, then are. You are, then other words. If we use the auxiliary verb after subject, then it is an statement. And before changing persons, we must change the sentence into statement or assertive. How are you today, sir? If we make it statement, then we shall write how you are today, sir. Then we shall change the person and tense. You is second person. Second person follows the person spoken to, the teacher. First person is changed according to the speaker, and second person will be changed according to the person spoken to or listener. Then you will be changed according to the teacher. Teacher is male person, we shall use he. This is rule 4. According to rule 4, person will be changed. First person according to the speaker and second person according to the person spoken to. This is rule 3. Changing or making statement. And then rule 5. Tense, changing tense. Present tense will be past tense. Am, is, are will be was, were. We shall use was after he. How he was. This is rule 5. According to rule 5, tense will be changed. Present tense will be past tense. Am, is, are will be was or were. Then today. Today is a word. According to rule 6, Today will be changed into that day. Today will be changed into that day. Rule 6. According to rule 6, today will be changed into that day. And then sir. According to rule 7, we shall change sir as politely or respectfully. We can use politely or respectfully. This is rule 7. Look at the sentence again. In direct speech, how are you today, sir? The girl said to the teacher. In indirect speech, at first, the speaker, the girl. Then rule 1, reporting verb will be changed according to the sentence in the inverted commas. As it is a question, we use asked as reporting verb. And asked is in past form, as the reporting verb said is in past form. The girl asked, then the person is spoken to, the teacher. Then, how? According to rule 2, a conjunction will sit. As it is W's question, W's word will be used as conjunction. How is used as conjunction. Then, the sentence will be changed into statement. Auxiliary verb will sit after the subject. In question, auxiliary verb is before subject, and in a statement, auxiliary verb is after subject. After making statement, we shall change the person. You is second person. Second person will be changed according to the person spoken to. This is rule 4. You will be he according to the person spoken to. Then changing tense according to rule 5, tense will be changed. Are, am, is, are will be was or were. We use was after he. Then according to rule 6, today is changed into that day. And according to rule 7, sir is changed into politely. The girl asked the teacher how he was that day, politely. We can use politely after the speaker. We may write the girl politely. The girl politely asked the teacher how he was that day. Or we can write politely after the person spoken to. The girl asked the teacher politely how he was that day. Then politely or respectfully or with respect. We can use politely or respectfully after the speaker or after the person spoken to or at the end of the sentence. If the sentence is very large, then we must use politely or respectfully after the speaker. Look at another example. Can you help? Me. Can you help me? Said the woman. Can you help me? Said the woman. It is a yes no question. Question begins with auxiliary verb. Is yes no question. And said reporting verb, the woman, the speaker. At first we shall use the speaker, the woman, the speaker. The reporting verb said will be changed according to the sentence in the inverted commas. We shall use asked. Then the person spoken to. The person spoken to is not mentioned in the sentence. We can write the person spoken to, the speaker and the person spoken to. The woman is speaker. The woman asked, the person spoken to. Then we shall use conjunction. For yes no question, we shall use if. Sentences beginning with auxiliary verb, we shall use if as conjunction. After conjunction, we shall change the sentence into assertive or statement. Can you will be you can. When we make the sentence statement, we shall write you, first subject, then auxiliary verb, then other words, and at last full stop. Can you help me? If we make it statement, you can help me, full stop. This is rule 3. Then person will be changed. You. Second person will be changed according to the person spoken to. You will be he. Then changing tense. According to rule 5, tense will be changed. Present tense will be past tense. Can will be could. Then help, main verb. Me is first person. We know that first person is changed according to the speaker. Here the speaker is woman. So we shall use her. The woman, the speaker, woman at first, then reporting verb, then conjunction, and after making statement, we shall change the person. You will be he according to the person spoken to. Can will be could. You will be he. Can will be could. Then help, and me will be her according to the speaker, the woman. Then another example. Mother says to me, won't you go to school? Mother says to me. won't you go to school? Another example of interrogative sentence. At first, the speaker, mother is speaker. Then says, reporting verb says will be changed according to the sentence inside inverted commas. As it is question, we shall use ask, and we shall use present form of ask because says the reporting verb is in present tense. So we shall use ask. Me, the person spoken to. The speaker and the person spoken to will not be changed. Mother is mother, me is me. Says is changed into ask because it is an interrogative sentence. Then conjunction. It is also a yes no question. So we shall use if. Then subject will come before the auxiliary verb. When we make it a statement, we shall write you at first. At first subject, then auxiliary verb. Won't means will not. Won't. Then other words. This is according to rule 3. According to rule 3, this sentence will be changed into statement. To make it a statement, at first subject, then auxiliary verb and other words. After making a statement, we shall change the person and tense. This is second person, you. You is second person, and you will be changed according to the person spoken to. Second person will be changed according to the person spoken to. The person spoken to is first person. So, instead of you, we shall write I. According to me, you will be I. Then won't. Won't means will not. We shall write will and not. Then go to school. We shall not change the tense of inverted. We shall not change the sentence within inverted commas because the reporting verb is in present tense. We know that if the reporting verb is in present or future tense, then we shall not change the tense of reported speech. So, will not, won't means will not, is in present form. As the reporting verb is in present form, we shall not change the tense of reported speech. Mother asked me if I will not go to school. The man said to me, where do you live? The man said to me, where do you live? To make it indirect, we shall write the speaker at first. The man is speaker. And reporting verb will be sensed. As it is question, we shall write ask. Past form of ask, because reporting verb is in past form. So we shall write past form. Then me is the person spoken to. It is W's question. Question beginning with W's word. Then W's word will be conjunction. Where? Then we shall make the sentence into statement. Interrogative sentence with W's word, and do is auxiliary verb in this sentence. Do is auxiliary verb. If we vanish do, does and did from the sentence, then it will be an statement, or do will be omitted from the sentence, then it will be a statement. Where you live, do will be omitted. Then you live, you second person will be said according to the person spoken to. You will be I. As you is subject, then we shall use subjective case. Me will be I. Then live, present tense. Do is present tense. So we shall use past tense of the main verb. Lived. The man said to me, where do you live? The man asked me where I lived. Another example. The guard said to the boy, why are you disturbing me? Why are you disturbing me? We shall clean the board. Indirect. The girl said to the boy, why are you disturbing me? The girl speaker said reporting verb, the boy, the person spoken to. Why W's word, are auxiliary verb, you subject, disturbing main verb, me object first person. To make it indirect, we shall write the speaker first, the girl. At first we will write the speaker, the girl. The reporting verb said will be said according to the reported speech. For question we shall write ask in past form, because the reporting verb is in past form. Then the boy, the person spoken to, the boy. Then conjunction, W's word will be conjunction. Why? If there is no W's word, then we shall write if or whether. Why? WH word is used as conjunction. Then we should change the sentence into statement. Are you disturbing me? Subject and auxiliary verb will exchange position. At first subject, then auxiliary verb. That means you and are. If we use you before auxiliary verb, then it is statement. You are disturbing me. Then you will be changed. Second person will be changed according to the person spoken to. Second person will be changed according to the person spoken to. Here the person spoken to, the boy. Male person, we shall write he. Then we shall change the tense of verb. Am, is, are will be was or were. He was. Then disturbing. And me is first person. First person indicates the speaker. First person will be changed according to the speaker, the girl. Female person, we shall write her. Objective case. Me is objective case, so her is objective case. At last, full stop. Then the sentence in indirect speech, the girl asked the boy why he was disturbing her. Another example. Direct. How can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you? WH question. Beginning with WH word. How. Can auxiliary verb. I subject. Help main verb. You object. Karim speaker. Said reporting verb. And Karima the person spoken to. To make it indirect, we shall use Karim the speaker at first. At first, the speaker Karim. The reporting verb said will be changed into asked in past form. Then the person spoken to Karima. Then WH word as conjunction. How will be used as conjunction? Then we shall make the sentence into statement. Can I? When we make it statement, according to rule 3, the sentence will be made into statement. I at first subject, then auxiliary verb, then other words, and full stop. Can I help you? Will be I can help you. Then I, first person. First person will be changed according to the speaker, Karim, he. First person will be changed according to the speaker. Then can, present tense will be past tense, could. Then help, and you, second person, will be changed according to the person spoken to, Karima. Female person, her. How can I help you? Karim asked to Karima. Then Karim asked Karima how he could help her. At first, the speaker, then reporting verb, then the person spoken to, then conjunction, W is word as conjunction, then making statement. At first subject, then auxiliary verb, and after making statement, we shall change the person. First person will be changed according to the speaker, Karim, he, and changing tense, can will be could, help, you will be changed according to the person spoken to, Karima, her. Now, I think you can understand changing question from direct speech to indirect speech. Now, I'll give some homework. Homework. Change into indirect speech or narration. Number 1, what's your name? What's your name? The man said to the boy. Number 2, the teacher asked. The teacher said to the girl. Have you done your homework? Today? Number 3, may I come in? May I come in, sir? May I come in, sir? Said the stranger. Number 4, the old man said to the maid, The old man said to the maid, "Can you give me some food?" And number 5, the woman said to me, "How is your mother?" There are only 5 sentences for your homework. What's your name? The man said to the boy. The teacher said to the girl, "Have you done your homework today?" "May I come in, sir?" said the stranger. The old man said to the maid, "Can you give me some food?" And the last sentence, number 5, the woman said to me, "How is your mother?" Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.